We're here with Clayton with Simplify 3D. It's an all-in-one 3D printing software, and it merited a stop because it looks like it does some things that the competition does not do. So what's special here?
We're doing a lot of work to try to build up this experience where people, the first time they open the software, they're going to get profiles that have already been calibrated and tuned for their 3D printer. So that's great. You know, they kind of get a good out-of-the-box experience. We're then trying to create a really simple to use interface that kind of starts at the level that a new user needs, but still has all the control that people that have been printing for, you know, a couple years, all those features that they're looking for. With most software, you kind of get the ability to turn support material on or off. That's really the only option you get. So you're gonna have it or you're not gonna have it. So we kind of took that a step further, and when you want to use support material, the software is actually gonna give you a preview of where it thinks you need support. But then you can go in and you can say, you know what, I want a little more support here under the chin. For example, we have this Yoda model that has these channels that go deep into the ear. And every software out there is going to put support material deep into those channels. And then you got to use little tweezers to get in there and try to get that support material out. So with our software, you can actually go in and say, you know what, I don't want support here, or add more in this area. So it gives you a lot of control over that. This was an example of a part that we printed, and it just kind of shows how easily these pieces break apart. The support material is separated so easily. We actually kept the entire thing intact 100%. We're seeing larger and larger build platforms here. What's crazy is most of the software out there, if you put 10 parts on that build platform, all 10 of them have to have the exact same settings. So number one, we said that's crazy. We need a way to fix that. So if you bring in 10 different parts, those might all need different settings, which makes sense, they're different parts. So you could actually go in and say, you know what, for these 10 different parts, I want, you know, these 3 to have the same settings, maybe these 4 screws have the same settings, this casing is completely unique. So we took that a step further and we said, what if I had one part, but I actually wanted to use different settings within that part? So we have this example that plays up here, it's right there actually. This is basically a hammer where they made the head very, very solid with pretty dense infill, so it was gonna be strong and heavy. But the handle they made pretty, you know, with not a lot of infill and pretty lightweight. So when you hold that hammer at the end, it's actually weighted like a hammer. You could change speeds, you could change retraction settings, any setting you can dream up. So we're kind of all about control here. We don't want you to ever look at your printer and say, I can't do what I want it to do because of the software.
How can someone get this?
Yeah, so the website, simplify3d.com. We sell directly from the website. We actually sell this worldwide.
Sounds good. All right, guys, check it out on the website, and thanks very much.
Yeah, good to talk to you guys.
We found ZeGo Robotics, and take a look at this device here. This device does pretty much anything that you can do with one hand, it can do. For instance, it can do like pick and place. It can draw things like this, engraving. If you want to do some wood burning, there's an attachment for that. There's like a ridiculous amount of attachments. Yeah, there we go, check out that. Burned into wood forever. There's a 3D printer attachment here. So it actually can be a 3D printer as well. You can't come to Maker Faire unless you can 3D print, right? I mean, that's like, you got to be able to do everything and 3D print. So over here, okay. So a lot of different applications. I kind of want one for the wood burning.
Yeah.
And the 3D printing as well. That's like a happy little bonus there.
That's where it started.
Yeah. Again, that's ZeGo. So LG has an area here, not necessarily, I guess it's pretty much a booth, but what they're doing right now is they're teaching young adults, children, anyone who wants to know how to solder. They're also teaching them some principles about circuits and magnets, all kinds of cool stuff. They're not actually showing off any of their fancy products, not trying to get you to buy anything, so I think it's really cool that LG is doing this for the betterment of the future of the universe. So good on you, LG. Dremel now has a 3D printer of their own right here. It's about 9 by 6 by 6 as far as the platform goes. As you can see, it's fully enclosed, PLA single extruder. Not anything really new with this one, you know, per se. It just came out. MSRP looks like it's going to be $9.99 right now, and there it is. I really like the fact that it's fully enclosed. That can be a handy thing. And they're also, I think it's nice that they're also encouraging people to do practical jobs like this. Go buy some lumber and then, you know, maybe make something to plant some delicious Thai chilies to burn your mouth off. Exactly what I want to do. I would probably grow some jolapeas as well. And over here behind this we have a frame, you know, just some different ideas. I mean, it's about practical application here, and I like that. I mean, a lot of people are just doing the, hey, look, it's a crazy dragon, but here they're giving you some practical ideas. So, Dremel, pretty cool.